All right, what is up, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. We are going to look at the Honest Company, okay? HNST. Make sure you stick to the end of the video, okay? I'm going to make some pretty bold claims. So if you agree with me or disagree with me, let me know down in the comments what you think about Honest, where it's going to go, and what the potential it has. All right, I'm going to break down everything using technical analysis pretty much only. We're not going to dive into the fundamentals, okay? You'd have to do a little bit of your own research, all right, and dive into them, see if there's something you want to invest in. All right. There's some bad news coming up right here on the chart, but there are some really good things that offer some great opportunities. All right. The first thing we're going to look at is it's going to be these gaps right here. Okay. So these fill 90 to 95% of the time historically in the stock market. All right. And what they are is they're gaps on the chart from these candles. Okay. So if you look here, all right, you can see that this candle, the bottom of this candle's right here and the top of this candle's right here. And there's this big gap in between. Okay. These are going to fill, as I said, 90 to 95% of the time historically in the stock market. Now, what's the 10% that they don't fill? Well, the company goes bankrupt, right? Let's say this stock never comes back around. Or let's say this thing gets beat up so much to where it's such a penny stock that it's going to be almost impossible for it to come up to 13, right? But if you're looking to be a long-term investor in Honest, right, these are some really, really great opportunities. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pull up the measurement and stick real quick. Okay, and just take a look. All right, we have about 300% profit potential up here at the gap fill at around right around 13.50 cents. Okay, so in the next 5 years, Honest may be trading at $13. Okay, it's not going to happen in 2022. All right, I don't think it'll happen in 2023, but it could. But the economy is pretty rough, right? And the stock market does not like profitless companies, and Honest has not been making profits. Okay, so that's just the facts of the matter. That's why this stock is down so much, right? It's a growth stock. Okay, and it's a profitless growth stock. So, hedge funds are not dumping their money into that. Now, we have had a very, very nice rally here recently. Okay. Let's take a look at it. From those lows, okay, we ran up about 76%. Okay. Let's just call it 75%. That was a very nice rally. You need to be cautious right now. Okay. I'm telling you why. And take a look. Okay. We have a triple top here. All right. Let me drag this thing out the way. Guess what that is? Head and shoulders, baby. Okay, so be very, very cautious. Look at it. All right, here's our left shoulder. Here's our head. Here's our right shoulder right here. We're forming. Okay, and then it's going to take us down potentially back to these lows of 254. Now, why would this happen? This is going to happen if you see the rest of the stock market also dropping. Okay, Chairman Powell just came off really, really hawkish in his speech at Chapel Hill. All right, and that kind of flipped the narrative. Okay, when we had this nice 75% rally, all right, that we just took a look at, a lot of the narrative across the market was, okay, Powell is actually about to become dovish. All right, and there's a possibility he would even drop the interest rates. Okay, there was a great signal to this rally as well, known as bullish divergence. Okay, so pay attention to this trend line. Look how we're making a low and a lower low. All right, if we go to our RSI here, which stands for the relative strength index, we can see at those two moments we had a divergence. Okay, we actually made a higher low on the relative strength index, and that's an indicator that you may see some bullish activity in the future. Right, what did we get after that? Well, we got a very nice cup and handle. Okay, got our cup and handle right here. Here's our baseline, and we had a very nice breakout to the upside. Okay, also you could call it an inverse head and shoulders, right, where we have let me get rid of this little low right here. Okay, and take a look. You see it? We have a left shoulder, we have a head, we have a right shoulder. So there's been plenty of patterns to spot and play in this particular trade, right? On Honest. Been multiple opportunities. All right. So you need to be cautious because we have a head and shoulders forming right now. Okay. Which is not bullish. We'll look at what else we also did. Okay. We broke our bullish divergence trend line. You see how we bounced? Okay. And this is something that I say in a lot of videos. You can use this as an entry, right? You can use it and see if we bounce, right? And you could have day traded that and, taken profits that day, or you can try to swing trade it and see if the trend continues and it continues to go up higher, right? Well, look what happened. It didn't, right? We got the bounce. Okay. It tested that trend line and then it broke it. And look how clean of a retest it was. It came back up, retested it, and is dropping back down. So that's indicating that the relative strength is it's losing its relative strength right now. Okay, and it just broke the divergence trend line. So that's a bearish indicator right there. Then look at what we have on our chart. Okay, it also looks to me kind of like this pattern here. All right, an ascending wedge. Right, we just broke this trend line here to the downside. Okay, we just broke the trend line here, and as you can see, the way this pattern works is we go like this, and then we have a sharp break to the downside. All right, now do I think that we're going to come all the way back to 250? I don't think so. Okay, now if we do, this is our next pattern that you need to be prepared for. Okay, if we do come down and test these lows again, here's what it's going to do. It's going to bounce, okay? Just because it's going to test support, okay? And there's going to be a bounce. If the bounce does not roll over, right, or rolls over like this, that's an inverse cup and handle, okay? And that's bearish, and it's going to bring this stock down a lot. All right. So, I would wait right now. I don't think it's a great time to get into Honest. If you like trading options, you could take a look at some put options for some day trades or some swing trades, right? To see if we end up getting the full head and shoulders to play out. Okay. Here's our two shoulders, our head up here. And, this could bring us all the way back down to 250, as I said. And if we come down to those levels, keep in mind our gaps above. Okay. So, if you are a long term holder in this, right, you don't have to add now because we have signs that it could get cheaper. And, just look at the potential, right? If you were to come down here and get the lows at 250, okay, and let's just draw it right around here, right, and hold it to the gap fill up there. Look, that's 400% profits now. So, it's all about having a game plan of what you want to do, and what your time period is, right? What your horizon is, right? Are you looking for immediate returns in this quickly, in this profitless company, or are you looking to invest for the future growth potential that it has? And if so, you need to evaluate what prices you like owning it at, and go from there. Okay, you can do it fundamentally, or you can look at the charts and use some technical analysis, and wait to see if it comes back and retest these lows. If it goes down even lower, that's entirely possible, right? The main thing you need to take a look at also is going to be the overall indexes. Okay, you need to look at QQQ. That's going to be tech. You need to look at what else? Like the SPY, okay, SPY, that's the S&P 500. And I would take a look at ARK-K, all right? If you see ARK-K, dropping really hard, that means that, money is not flowing into, tech and innovation and growth companies, all right? Now, not that Honest is like some super big tech company, but, you just have to realize what it falls under, right? It falls under a profitless growth company. So it's going to get treated that way and treated poorly in market environments like this. But in the next bull market, if this stock is still around and the company has been able to make it through the bear market and the recession in the economy, and improve their business model, you can expect these gaps up to fill in the future. All right. So appreciate y'all watching the video. Hopefully you learned something new. If you did, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment. All right. I do viewer requests every week. So if you want to see your stock in the next video, your cryptocurrency, if you want me to break down a strategy for you, little tutorial or something like that, just let me know. All right.